Hi. At PaidHR, we believe in simplifying complex tasks for organizations, and with our automated statutory remittance feature, we help these organizations handle their taxes and pension remittances easily, saving them time and helping them stay compliant. Now, don't just take our word for it. Today, we're joined by Tolu Alabi, the CEO of Cleva.
Hi, Tolu. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So tell me a little bit about your organization and your role.
Right. So I'm co-founder, CEO of Cleva. Cleva is a financial tech institution that enables Africans to be able to receive international payments and also make online international payments through their virtual card.
And how many employees do you have at Cleva?
We've grown in the past few months. Right now, we're almost 20.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Congratulations.
About 20. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about statutory remittances. What was your process like before, and what challenges were you experiencing with the process that you were using before?
Before paid, right?
Yes, before payday.
Yeah, it was pretty much manual, right? We started this startup journey last year, and we started with one employee. And in that situation, right, when we're not even paying ourselves and paying just one employee, the most automatic thing to do is just pay them manually, right? So you start by, okay, this person is a contractor, just pay them manually from your bank account. But as you add on more people, it starts to get very complicated and cumbersome. So I had my gigantic Excel spreadsheets where I was tracking everything going on every month, and we'll add on new employees, and I will track things every month. And we will sometimes bump up people's salaries, and I'll have to go there, bump it up, figure out the whole taxing, even though they are contractors. And then we wanted to transition people to full-time employees. Then it started to get more complicated because now you have to do payee taxes. And first of all, the whole computation is not straightforward of the payee tax. And then the remittance to the various institutions across the country, right? It's state by state. It's also complex. So to summarize, how we actually handled that was that we manually sent the payments to each employee. And then we worked with a consulting firm, an accounting consulting firm, that would then do the tax remittance on a monthly basis. And that was pretty manual, right? And they had somebody who's like working in like manually, literally working to go to the tax office to remit these things in some of the different states. So it was quite tedious, tracking it on the spreadsheets, quite tedious, not fun. For sure, as we grew. When we were smaller, it was fine. Very easy, very straightforward. But as we grew, it just didn't scale.
Yeah. All right, great. How did you hear about PaidHR, and how long have you been with us?
Yeah, as I was going through all these pains, right, of trying to figure out payroll, I was looking for an option. And the way Paid actually came up for me was through Twitter. Just from Sheye. I don't think I was even following Sheye. I just see him post a lot, and people I follow retweet his posts. So I'm like, this guy talks a lot about Paid. Let me reach out. So I reached out to him via DM actually, and I said, hey, I'm curious. Yeah, it was just DM. Hey, I'm this. My name is Tolu. I'll just love to learn more, and then take it from there. When I went on Google, I found Seamless and a bunch of other ones. But I just reached out to Sheye. He seemed interesting, and I've heard some good things about Paid from some other people. So I reached out via DM, and that was it. We got on the call, and yeah, that was it.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so when it got to the decision-making process, what would you say are some of the main points that stood out for you and you were like, yeah, we're going to go with this PaidHR, yes?
Yeah, so I had a demo. Demo was pretty good with Sheye and someone called Tosin on the Paid team. And it was pretty good. They seemed very approachable, very helpful. I really liked the dashboard. The ability to add employees seemed straightforward. The ability to adjust their salaries over time, the whole pension, tax remittance, all of that seemed way better than all the manual stuff I was doing on spreadsheets. So I was pretty excited. Plus, Sheye seemed like a legitimate person, right? This is a person on Twitter who many people, endorse. So I felt like, okay, if there were to be any issue, which sometimes there are with tech, right? It can be one issue or the other. I just felt like I would be able to reach out and actually get support. So I had that confidence in moving forward. One, the dashboard looked good. It looked helpful. It was much better than my Excel spreadsheet. The whole tax pen remittance was automated. And lastly, they actually seemed like helpful people.
That's amazing to hear. Now that you've been with PaidHR for a little while, what are some key benefits that you would say you've experienced with using our statutory remittance feature to remit your taxes, your pensions for your employees?
Yeah, so we've been using it It's still pretty early, actually. It's not quite up to 6 months. It's like 4 months, around that. And
Yeah.
it's been really helpful because the whole pay, remittance, all of that has been automated. Right now, it's very easy to add people to pay as we hire them. It just sends a notification to them and they actually have to fill in the information themselves. And I get to see all that information versus having to manually collect it over email and store in a spreadsheet. There's like some part of HR that's actually going on with paid. I don't know if it's intentional,
Yes,
that
it
you
is.
guys are doing that. Okay, great.
Yeah.
But like, it's actually helping me from an HR perspective. Outside of the payroll remittance,
Yeah.
it helps with HR management versus this my spreadsheet business that I've been doing. Like even tracking, okay, somebody's hire date, somebody's anniversary, maybe somebody's birthday, just so we can wish them happy birthday, right? Having to do that on Excel has gone away. So now we can use Paid for that, which is great. So that's number one, the HR side of things. Number two, of course, the payroll and tax remittance is automated. So that's amazing. Pension is a big one. It's a big benefit. Me and my co-founder have always wanted to, do pension for our employees, but of course we had to like wait until we could actually afford that as a company. And when we could, then the whole thought of having to figure this out manually can get overwhelming. So knowing that Paid can help us has been really helpful. And actually I've been working with them on setting it up and it's been pretty good. So doing pension remittance via Paid has been awesome as well.
Thank you so much for that feedback. You have a lot of positive things to say, which I'm very happy about. So my next question would be, would you say that using PaidHR's statutory remittance software has helped you avoid some compliance issues? And I mean, if you have any examples or stories that you'd like to share, then go ahead.
I mean, thank goodness I don't have any examples or stories. And maybe it's because I've been using Paid. Yes, I would rather not have any stories in this department.
Yes.
But I have no stories. I just know the only story I have is I was doing it manually before and it was very stressful. Even having to be calling somebody to manually do this tax remittance, all those stress, at least that one has been significantly mitigated and reduced. But I'm pretty sure that without Paid, growing the company and adding more people and either not paying taxes or doing that manually would lead to certain issues. And I'm glad we've been able to avoid that because we are doing the right thing via Paid.
I think we can say that PaidHR has helped you save time and has also improved the overall reporting of your finances, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's amazing to hear. Okay, so my last question to you would be, how do you feel when you experience our product?
I'm trying to put it into words. So sometimes I feel relief when I log in, especially when I'm adding new people, when we have a new hire, because sometimes that can actually be tedious. There's the whole offer state contracting, okay, you got to do payroll. So logging into Paid and adding them and knowing that, okay, this person can actually now add the remaining of the information, I get some relief. And then when the day comes on the 25th, it automatically computes what we need to pay them and it just works. So there's some relief there. I think that's the main feeling because I compare it to what I used to do before. So relief is a big one. The dashboard is pretty good. It's helpful. Sometimes for sure, I would love a few more features. I would love some more automation for sure. Because I feel like there are even certain features and functionality that Paid has that I might not even be leveraging right now. Because sometimes I'm just so busy. Let me just log in and do the one thing I'm trying to do today or two things I'm trying to do today. Then go and do the other thing I'm trying to do. So even just, letting us know some of the features we could leverage would be helpful, and also more automation as well would be really helpful. But so far, I always get a sense of relief because I know I don't have to do a bunch of stuff manually.
Thank you so much, Tolu. This has been an amazing session. I'm really glad to get your feedback. I mean, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is simplify work for you. And so it's very important that we have these feedback sessions and we understand how you feel when you use the product. And I'm very, very happy to hear that you feel relieved because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take away the manual stress from you and just give you a sense of fulfillment when you use the PaidHR software. So this was a very, very insightful session. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in exploring our automated statutory remittance feature, then visit our website at www.paidhr.com to book a demo.